People, there are certain behaviors that we need to curb. This desire to be watched, this desire to have attention, it needs to stop. It's even to the point that it's so deep down in your subconscious, you're willing to take attention whether it's negative or positive. And I know how that feels because I used to be one of them. Want the attention of certain people so bad that I didn't care if I did something good or bad. At least I got their attention. And there are people walking around in this world that actually believe that. Making a fool out of yourself for nothing. The reason why I say that is because going back to relationships and dealing with people, you have to accept the fact that you might not get what you want out of a relationship. How about that? You don't know what your boundaries are. You don't know what your deal breakers are. And you spend that entire time in the relationship trying to change somebody. I came across a young couple the other day. They were the children of some people I went to school with back in the day. Hit me up on Facebook, and I called them back because one of them was having a birthday. And they've been together for several years. Haven't gotten married yet. So, knowing me, I asked them, I said, well, what's in the way? First thing that happens is the girl is trying to tell me about, well, I'm waiting for him to accomplish this with his job or accomplish this with his business and blah, 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 so we could be more financially stable. And I was like, honey, you're doing everything else. See, we want the package to be perfect before we commit, thinking that you're never going to have any problems after that. Newsflash, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because complications come with marriage. There's nothing wrong with, if you want to be with somebody, to marry them and you can tackle those problems together. No, you got to wait for the package to be absolutely perfect, like you deserve it, before you can have a ring put on your finger. I know some people right now have been together 5, 10 years, and they're just waiting for that one big break to happen so everything could be perfect between the two of you. But you know what? That can backfire on you. You better be careful. Because number one, you're trying to change something that's not there. If you didn't want to accept that person's circumstances financially or educationally when you first met them and they weren't making any moves to change it, what place are you in to try to force them to do something that they're not ready to do? I'm all about self-improvement and everything, but self-improvement starts with yourself. It doesn't start with your boo. Your boo could sit there and nag you to death, and you'll sit there and you'll ride along with it for a little while, but eventually the real you is going to take over, and you're going to get sick of that, and you're going to misinterpret that as being nagged. You're going to misinterpret that as somebody putting pressure on you, and then you're going to have communication problems because that person didn't want to accept what they got. What is the matter with just making it permanent? If you know you love each other and you know you can't be without each other, why can't you just go ahead and get married now and then just work through the rest of the problems while you're together? But no, everything's got to be perfect before you change your last name. I fought a lot of the females on this. Some men are like this, but I noticed it with a lot of females. They want things to be absolutely perfect. First of all, what makes you think you're so big of a prize where you want perfect when you ain't perfect yourself? You heard me. It's not right. And with all this pressure and everything that you're putting on that man, eventually he's going to start spending a little less time with you and a little bit more time with somebody who is willing to accept him how he is. There are a lot of cases where men have been involved with women for years, 3, 5, 6 years, and will turn around, split up, meet somebody, and 6 months later be married to him. And you're wondering why. That person's offering a little bit more understanding. That's the way it is. So back off. You got to understand what your deal breakers are. If he's not at a financial place in his life and that's a deal breaker and you feel you can't live with him, okay then. Slow things down. Have a sit down. Communicate. But what is the holdup? What's the problem? You're asking for too much too soon, and it's ruining your relationship. You got to be on the same page about your future if you want to be successful. Just saying.